G'day, this is Simon and James. We're back. Well, I was away for nearly a month. You were away for a week.
I was.
We're back. We got videos going on again. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Great, amazing turnout today at Southeast Cars and Coffee. Some really cool stuff. What have you seen?
So we have a Cyan race car. It's just the
stole my thunder.
Yeah, it's just like the most ridiculous little race car that we've seen. It's like a full carbon tub. It's kind of like related to Polestar somehow. We'll go into that in a little bit.
Yep.
And then we have just like a whole bunch of Ferraris here today. I don't know really what's going on, but like 10 or 15 Ferraris all in a row. It's a good turnout.
Yeah, and we got the guys from Polestar here as well. So just sort of elaborate what you're saying before. So this company with this amazing car, they were the predecessor company to Polestar before Polestar were bought by Volvo. So it's a really cool connection. So we got all of the team here from Polestar this morning with a couple of their P2s, a couple of their P1s, and then this thing rolled in. It was just absolutely perfect. Hey, don't forget, if you're going to come to Southeast Cars and Coffee, please remember no speeding, no revving, no burnouts. Leave quietly and slowly, including getting onto the I-5 just to keep the neighbours happy, keep the show going. So really appreciate your support. Hey, let's go for a walk and check out some cool cars. So we have a cool legacy of cars here. Polestar, we'll talk about those in a moment. Over there, that is the Cyan we're talking about. I'm just going to come over at James is going to show it a little bit later. That's based on a P1800. They were the guys who really started that arm of Polestar before it was what Volvo ended up taking over, and then of course became a separate company as Polestar as we know it today. This car is one of my favourites in the line. This is called the Polestar 1, or the P1 as we call it. This is a hybrid vehicle, and you look at it, it's actually a really elegant, beautiful lines, very understated. This thing, full carbon fibre body, over 600 horsepower, so the thing is really, really quick and just beautifully designed. Look at the connectors and everything they put on display on the back, but I really like this car. Very elegant interior as well. All of that beautiful carbon fibre and really nice interior. And of course next to it, the P2. And the interesting thing about Polestar is, unlike a lot of manufacturers who don't have stock at the moment, you can get Polestars pretty readily. I just came back from travelling around the UK, and there are a ton of Volvos and over there obviously, but equally impressively there are a ton of Polestars now. So Polestar's really been adopted by the Europeans as the electric vehicle of choice. So both great cars. Great to see them here. They've got some really cool stuff on the way as well, including an SUV and this amazing prototype car they launched a few weeks ago that we went to the launch of. Incredible looking vehicle.
Here we have a timeless Ferrari in the front row, the 458 Speciale. Probably one of my favorite Ferraris just because it is the last of the naturally aspirated V8s. It is so pretty. I think it's kind of like the equivalent of the 488 Pista for the 488 platform, but all the styling cues on this are just so cool. I love the carbon ceramic brakes and the really cool carbon fiber intake manifold. Everything about this car is just so cool, and I don't think it's aged a day from when it came out almost 8 years ago.
Beautiful Aston Martin DBS. This colour suits this car like no other colour I've seen on a new Aston. It looks so good. Every angle this thing is beautiful. You know, it took me a while to get used to that new open front on this thing, but looking at on this car, the wheels, that beautiful interior, this is a very pretty car. Certainly does the Aston Martin name justice. Check out this spectacular Lamborghini Diablo. I was talking to someone a moment ago who was just talking to the owner. This car apparently has 60,000 miles on it. Second owner. The owner drives it all the time. The only thing he's had to do to this car with all those miles is 3 clutches, because of course a car like this has to have a fairly stealth clutch to be able to handle that much power. But isn't it great to think that a car that has a reputation of maybe not being the most reliable car in the world, this guy's put a ton of miles on it, and it's just been reliable. And I think the moral of the story is cars like this like to be driven. If you leave a car garaged and you don't drive it, things start to go wrong. Areas set out of oil, so they dry out, seals dry out. This thing, obviously, it loves the way it's being treated.
I think we're going to have to rename the Overflow Exotics row the Ferrari row after today, because there are just so many of them. This is one that caught my eye in particular. It's a 458 GT3. It's like a street legal challenge car, if you will, and it looks so cool. I love the front end on it, the open mouth design. It looks like one of the factory race cars. Very nice bricks and wheels on it, and pretty much just everything's blacked out aside from the red paint. I think it looks fantastic. This is something that I was not expecting to see this morning. It is a C63 AMG Black Series. These things are so rare, it's not even funny. To the naked eye, it looks like a normal C63, but you do actually have much wider fenders on the side. You get this cool Black Series logo on it, and then this actual genuine carbon fiber wing amongst other things as well. I love the wheels on it too. You get such a cool aggressive stance on this car. I really wish that they made more of them. Here we have another very tastefully modified exotic at the show. This time it is Scott Miles' 991.2 GT3. Scott's a very good friend of the show and someone that's been supporting us for a very long time now. And his GT3 is just so nicely put together. He's obviously lowered it, you know, you can see that perfect wheel fitment. And then it does have the bucket seats, and it also is a 6-speed manual. So this thing is just so cool. I absolutely love it.
We have a ton of motorcycles out this morning. I was afraid we may not see many because it was just a little bit misty this morning when we got here, but hasn't kept them away. Check this out. Couple of beautiful buses here from the guys from Pacific Air Cooled, of course sponsors Southeast Cars and Coffee. These guys basically source vehicles from places like Brazil, and depending on what your needs are, whether you want something that's fully restored, as these obviously have been, or whether you want something to work on yourself, they'll find you exactly what you're after at whatever level. I mean, every car they brought to this show has just been absolutely magnificent, so make sure to check out their website. You can go to our website and click on the link to get to it, but just such beautiful Volkswagens. Here's this Cyan. This is definitely going to be car of the week this week. Such a beautiful car. It's all carbon fiber apparently. Running a very nicely done 2-litre engine in there as well. It's so neat, so clean. Such a great build. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful on every angle. Everything about this thing. Look at the brakes, look at the wheels. Just incredible. Beautiful interior. Love that flip-up fuel filler on the back. This is a very high-end build. This is a very pretty 1957 Chevy drop top. Look at that interior. Orange and silver. Just looks so great in there. These things have such great lines. Absolutely timeless. The big wings, the biggest of all the Tri-Fis, of course. Very clean, original looking V8 in there. Nice looking car. this is one of my favourite cars that comes to the show. The gentleman who owns this car has brought a stack of amazing cars. Being a car of the week, make sure to go and check this thing out. It is absolutely spectacular. Every little detail. Look at that. The lines on this thing are so perfect. The interior is just so minimalistic and clean. And then under the hood, you'll see an LS9, which of course was really, I think, one of the best motors GM has ever built. That's the motor they used in the Corvette ZR1 and back in the C6 era. So love this car so much. Great to see it here. Make sure to go and check out that Car of the Week video. Check out more details on it. Once again, a car you don't see very often at the show. This is a Rambler, American. Great little car. Nice interior in it. I mean, sure, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but no cars in this area were really pretty. I love the fact this is something different, you know? It's not something you see every day. Great to get eyes on something like this. Great little Morgan Survivor here. Interesting colour too. I suspect this is not the original colour. Looks like it might have had original paint underneath it, like a white colour. But great to see that wood grain dash. Really, really excellent. Just so nice to see those Strongberg carburetors there. Great old car. Love things like this. If this car looks familiar, it's probably because you have watched the Stephen King movie, Christine. Of course, the car that's possessed and takes over the owner. An iconic movie. What a great looking car. This is, of course, a Fury by Plymouth. In the movie, you remember, the car gets damaged and the guy says, "Show me," and it heals itself. This is a great example of that car. Look at that beautiful interior. You can see down there, it's actually a clapperboard with Christine written on it. So, so cool. And signed by the people as well. I doubt this is the original car. I guess this is a car that's just like it, but once again, great to see something you don't normally see. This beautiful Plymouth Fury.
That's going to do it for another weekend here. Hey, if you like coming to South OC Cars and Coffee, please remember no revving, no speeding, and no burnouts. We do just want to make sure that you guys are getting on and off the freeway slowly, just so that we can keep this event going. So many cool cars today.
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
a phenomenal turnout despite the weather. Just want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors for making this possible. We have Maguire's, Polestar, Pacific Air-Cooled, Next Level Detailing, Team Road to Safety, RPM Tesla Aftermarket Accessories, Mazda North America, LKQ Pick Your Part, Bridgestone Tire, Roadster, and Carbontastic. God, that list is getting long.
It is. It's so great. Thanks for your support to all those sponsors out there.
Absolutely. And then a huge shout out to all the volunteers for helping us put on this event each and every week. Remember, if you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee Merch. That's where we handle all of our volunteer rostering. And then while you're over there, check out some of the new designs that we've got going on, like this black and red t-shirt. Super simple. Make sure that you go and pick one of those up. Remember, if you do volunteer, you get to bring your car in early before 8:30. And then Ruby's Down It does also provide you with a free coffee and donut too.
Yeah, absolutely. Big thank you to Ruby's for hooking up our volunteers and everybody here taking care of the masses with the coffee and the donuts. And of course, a big thank you to Outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here. Remember, if you need to do any shopping, check out the outlets first of all. Make sure to tell them South OC Cars and Coffee sent you. And of course, a big thank you to the City of San Clemente for their support as well. We really appreciate everybody getting behind South OC Cars and Coffee. Hey, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all of those things down below. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.
Thank you, guys.
Let's go.